an announcement to make. Yeah, man, we about to start on this next venture. Credit is king. Like the key is to not get discouraged by that. And I definitely made a lot of mistakes. I know what it feels like to have bad credit. What's good, everybody? Mr. J here, and today is vlog day. First things first, if you are a first-time viewer, my name is Mr. J. This is Gotham Hemi, my 2013 Chrysler 300S VA Hemi thing. Man, if you love fast cars, if you love Mopar, and you're looking for a channel that is all invested in that, whether it be product reviews, installs, vlogs, all encompassing, you found the right spot. Hit that subscribe button, hit that like, stay tuned. Big things always going to continue to happen here on Gotham Hemi. If you're a previous subscriber, thumbs up to you. I appreciate every single one of you. Continue supporting the channel. Like I said, I definitely appreciate every single one of you. Let's get into today's vlog. So, today's vlog, I have an announcement to make, and it is something that me and my family are definitely excited about. We are just giddy with excitement, and it's gonna be a big change for us in our lives. And it's also going to be a circumstantial change for the channel as well. Me and my wife, we just received word that we are going to be approved for our first home loan. So, we are beyond excited right now. This is the second time, maybe the third time, at least the second time that we've applied for it, and they ran the credit, got the credit back, and we're gonna be approved. So hopefully this coming weekend we are gonna be cruising around looking for a new garage for Gotham Hemi. Like I said, it's gonna be a big change for the channel. Obviously the garage is gonna change, the studio is gonna change. So, definitely big priority on my checklist is to get a bigger garage and a more accommodating garage. Something that I can definitely get Gotham Hemi in, as well as my wife's car, and still have room, for other things, storage and working on the vehicle. So yeah, man, we about to start on this next venture. Really excited, and honestly really just like motivated, if you could say. Motivated because I want to tell you guys, I want to talk to you guys a little bit about credit. And not from a what you should do and how you should improve standpoint, but just from like a motivational standpoint. The key to getting that house, man, is credit. Credit is king. Cash is great too. If you got enough cash to go out of pocket to buy a house, then by all means, but credit is king. And it's important to realize that. Now, I know what it feels like on the other side of the spectrum. I know what it feels like to have bad credit, and I know how the struggle feels. I know how helpless you can feel when your credit is down in the gutters, down in the mud. It just takes focus. Is really what it takes. I started out on the wrong side of credit. I just started trashing my credit. I never respected credit, so I never treated credit with the respect that it deserved. I never learned about credit. I mean, obviously, I knew credit was important. It was something that you needed to have, but I never, was educated on the ways of credit. How to, attain good credit, how to, build good credit, and the importance of having good credit, why having good credit was so important. You never really respect anything fully just by being told it's important. You have to understand the repercussions of why it's important to fully grasp and understand why something is important. And that's where I was. Kicked out of the house at 19 years old. So I went from one day having a job and having a bed to sleep in to the next day having to take care of myself. And I definitely made a lot of mistakes in the credit department. Partially because I didn't respect credit, and partially because I was just doing what I thought I needed to do to get by. I mean, we're talking about multiple payday loans. We're talking about overdrafting bank accounts, creating new bank accounts just so that I could get out of the overdrafted bank accounts previously. Like deep stuff. Owing a lot of money. Like the worst thing ever was payday loans. Like when I went in, I knew I was gonna be late on rent, so I went in for a payday loan. Somebody suggested to me, and I got the money, paid my rent, got paid the following week, went to pay it back, paid it back, and was ready to leave. And then the worst thing happened. They're like, do you want to reloan? And I was like, what do you mean? What do you mean reloan? Oh, well, we'll give you your money back. Really? Yeah, we'll give you your money back, and then you can just pay it back again next week. I was like, okay, yeah, sign me up. And it just spiraled downhill from there. Like, that's all it takes. And then, other life changes happen. So, once it becomes easy to make a mistake like that, it becomes easier to make other mistakes. And I'm not gonna get into full details on what I was doing, but just to give you some perspective on where my credit started out, it was trash. It was absolute trash. And then once I started realizing that I needed to take better care of the situation, once I realized that all I was doing was digging a hole and trying to get myself to a better spot, I went to the opposite end of the spectrum. I didn't do anything to rebuild that credit. I avoided credit altogether. So, and that lasted for dang near 10 years. I just wasn't doing anything that involved credit. I paid off my credit card debts. I paid off all the debts, and I just called it quits. I said, you know what? To hell with credit. It's just gonna screw me over in the end. I don't respect it, so I can't take care of it. To hell with credit, basically, was my mindset. I just stopped doing anything with credit. I bought all of my cars with cash, all my vehicles I paid for with cash, and if they, went down or didn't work, I walked. I spent quite a few years walking to work. And then when I moved in with my wife had excellent credit, has excellent credit. She has very excellent credit. So, once I married her, I started thinking about my credit more because, I didn't want to hold her back. She's been working all of her life to have excellent credit, and by marrying me with crap credit, then it credit when it comes to things like buying a house or whatever. So, that didn't sit right with me. So, I started looking into ways. I started doing the research and everything, my own investigations on how to build credit. So I got a couple of credit cards and I started maintaining a balance of credit cards and everything. And just by getting the credit cards and having those, like for the first time ever, I was seeing an increase in my credit score, right? And, we felt good about it, and we went in and we got denied for the home loan. So, went back to the drawing board, rediscovering ways of how to get better credit. I'll tell you guys, like, when you're first trying to get that loan, like, it might seem like, I paid this bill and I paid off that bill and it only went up 2 points. Like, the key is to not get discouraged by that. It's like working out. The ultimate benefits don't show up after a couple of hard workouts. You have to continue to do the workouts, and that's like the major hiccup of working out, why everybody gets caught up on that's the major hiccup that everybody seems to get caught up on in workouts. And especially if like you're trying to lose weight, you got to think of it like, the easy work has been done. The easy work was putting on the pounds, gaining the weight. That's the easy work. And you got to think about how long it took for you to do that. How long it took for you to gain that weight. How long were you living easy to get in the condition that you were, to then get out of it, it's going to be that much longer. It's not going to be a shorter time frame than, how you were, messing up, basically. You got to put it in a perspective like that. For me, I looked at it like, man, I just, it sucked, but it was like, okay, I haven't been building credit for, 14, 15 years of my life. Basically, since I got into the workforce, all I did was, deplete my credit. So it's gonna take a while to change the credit situation. But, you can't quit. You can't quit just because, you got 2 points here and 2 points there. You gotta stay focused and continue and know that it's gonna continue to get better. And think about it, 8 months compared to 14 years. 14 years of not building credit, and then I built my credit score up in 8 months. And now we're approved for our first home loan. I'm not saying that I have excellent credit or anything, but I do have good credit, and it is not, where it was. So, I wanted to speak on that, and, if I can motivate anybody out there, then I'm always going to try to do that. Like I said, I'm not a credit expert by no means, but I don't feel like you have to be an expert at something to motivate someone. So while I'm excited and everything, like, I want to pass that excitement on to all of you, but I want to encourage anybody who finds themselves in this, the same situation that I was. Like, guys, I cannot emphasize enough how bad my credit was. It was horrible. It was horrible. When you can't even get a credit card, like, you have to have very bad credit to not get a credit card. These companies, they're trying to give you credit cards. They want you to be in debt. That's how they make money, off of your debt. They want you to have a credit card. And when they look at your credit card and say, nope, that's horrible. That's terrible. $300 is nothing. You can't even get a $300 credit card. That's bad. That is bad. And furthermore, when you're trying to build credit and, you know, you get denied for actual credit cards, you start looking at, you know, secured credit cards, which means you put the money down and, you know, that's your credit line and you can't afford that. I mean, it's been a long journey, but it has not been an impossible journey. So if I can do it, you can do it. You know, if you pay attention to the channel, man, Mopars ain't cheap. We all know Mopars ain't cheap, and we all probably want, you know, if you're a fan of Mopar, it's hard to not be a fan of Hellcats. So it's, you know, it's easy to say that, it's safe to say that, you know, anybody who watches any kind of car content, you know, would love to have a Hellcat or whatever. You gotta have credit for that. Gotta have credit for that. But moreover, like, don't quit. 8 months, man, was nothing. And like, I'm not stopping now either. Like, I'm gonna be continuing to build that. Like, I want to get it to, you know, I want to get up where my wife is at. I told my wife that I'm gonna have, you know, the same credit score as her. I told her, and it's not gonna be, you know, 3 years from now either. I'm going after it. I'm gonna get it. So, you know, don't be discouraged by the time frame. 8 months, that in perspective of life, is not a long time. Like, it's not. A year really isn't even a long time. Like, think of what you've done in the last year, and I guarantee you can't think of everything that you've done in, you know, in the past year, because, you know, that's how insignificant of a time 1 year is. You know, when you're under 18, under 21, a year is a long time. But once you're in the real world, a year is nothing. And less than a year, 8 months, that's almost a blink of an eye when you're thinking backwards. So if you need to get your credit right, and you know you are unmotivated to do so, you know, come up with a goal and try to achieve that goal. Because I tell you that the feeling that me and my wife are having right now, it you know, it's a great feeling. It feels really good. Hopefully this weekend we're gonna do some house shopping. Yeah, like I said, we'll be hunting for, you know, the new Batcave. We're gonna be looking for the new cave for Gotham Hemi. Definitely gonna be looking for a spot more appropriate for the size of our vehicles and future vehicles. Can't wait to start looking. Obviously, we're gonna go do some vlogging of the whole thing, record the whole thing, and you know, we'll see how it goes. You know, we're looking for something that, you know, the whole family can be in right now, with some room for improvement. Like I said, I would love to have a good garage. Like, if I can find something with a detached garage, that's the goal right there. A detached garage would be excellent. Or a house that has an attached and a detached garage. Woo! I'm not gonna get my hopes up too high though. But if it doesn't have either one of those, if it has, we'll make sure that we get something with a big enough backyard so I can build my own damn garage. And best believe I'll be vlogging all of that. So anyway, guys, I just wanted to get at you, break the news on the vlog, and you know, I've got the video. This is going to change the video flow, not a ton, just a little bit. You know, the video that's coming out this Friday has been done on the car for 3.5 months. So we're still well in advance on video. videos. So it shouldn't stop any videos from coming out, but it is going to kind of impact the workflow a little bit until we find the new spot, get moved into the new spot, get 100% squared away in the spot. So really excited. Thank y'all for tuning in. Don't forget to follow me on Instagram, Gotham_Hemi. That's where you get to see all the mods at in real time. I can't wait to buy this house, man. I cannot wait to buy this house. So, I'm going to close out the vlog on this one. Thank you all for tuning in. Mr. J, this is Gotham Hemi, and we out.